Hello, and welcome back to another little ramble in the woods. I guess this time I'm outside the woods. That's because I was walking through there trying to find a good spot to film, and I was just getting eaten by the bugs. Which I guess, it's their home. They gotta defend that shit. But I didn't want to have a million bug bites again today. And then I walked out into the field. I was like, oh wait, this soybean field might help give a little context to what I'm doing, where I'm at. And hardly any bugs followed up me out here, which, shout out pesticides and herbicides and Roundup. But I guess what is kind of cool is these plants are pretty resilient, these little soybeans. So, oh shit. Okay, so right here, some pretty serious hail damage. They got just obliterated by a storm, which is, it used to be pretty uncommon for hail to appear out here. Oh god, I don't know if the lighting, if that made I hope the hail damage was visible in that video. It's hard to tell out in the sun, and I'm not a fucking photographer, or I should say director, yada yada. But no bugs out there. You hear that? Just an ecosystem teeming with life, critters, other living sentient beings like us. So I just give them a home. It's kind of, why I'm keeping these trees, or trying to clear out all the dead trees, because they deserve a nice home just like we do. But it's kind of falling apart. It's kind of living, but it's also not in the best conditions. There are signs of life though. Look at all these little saplings, just beautiful. Some of them are in better shape than others, but that's life. And already getting swarmed by bugs as soon as I stepped into this long grass. They love that shade. They love the blood that I have. It must be extra sweet and tasty. But I did some work over there. It's a little cleared out. But I haven't even gotten to touch over here because, just look at my feet. There's saplings everywhere, trying to dodge them. And just a wall over here. Just beautiful. An absolute wall of saplings that look like shrubs. They're so thick. They look like the dogwoods that are behind that tree that are growing and thick and, make it tough to walk through. There are so many elm saplings and poplar saplings that it looks like a shrub. So take that as a sign of good health. And so I suppose it goes with my larger point of, there is great signs of life in our society. But it's a little overcrowded. And just needs a little trimming around the edges. We're a little rough around the edges right now. But it's there. The bones are there. We just need some TLC, some maintenance. It's so much easier to maintain what you have than starting over. I guess that kind of relates to the people who are like, we need a revolution. Yeah, in our minds, in our mindset, in our actions, how we treat others, how we treat nature. This is quite the angle, but we're gonna go rock with it today. The phone is sitting. So that's why the point of this video is living alone is a psyop. Oh my god, I do not fuck with this angle. But living alone is billed as this great stepping stone in your life. You've matured. You can take care of yourself and your home and everything else. Okay, cool. But what if owning a home's overrated? What if that's just me accepting the fact that I'll probably never own one? Maybe, maybe not. Hey, who knows? Maybe we'll actually build some more houses instead of zoning it so it's impossible to make more housing. Affordable housing and affordable apartments. I should stipulate that, not fucking condos and multi-million-dollar homes. But, you know, I'm living at home right now. Shit's kind of awesome. I mean, granted, you know, I'm in the position where my family has a home that I can come back to. I have the relationship with my family that they don't mind me coming back home. They like me enough for that. Like, I understand not everyone can just do that. But also, I saved a lot of money by not existing in my own individual little manicured bubble. So I didn't have to make that much money this summer either. And I got to kind of just do what I guess some people would call a passion project. But also it was a lot of work, and I still, maybe halfway done. Like, this needs so much more work, and it's really not to the point of where I would want it to be. I want it to be walkable from end to end, but you know, the best I can do is get all the dead trees off of the living ones for now, which, good start. You got to start somewhere. At least by doing that, we're creating room for those little patches of saplings to grow so thick that it looks like a shrub. We're giving them the foundation they need. We're facilitating like this opportunity for them to grow and become a 100-year-old tree. Like, we don't have to do it for them. We don't need to buy already grown trees from a fucking farm. We have lots of trees that are willing to drop their seedlings and, you know, keep the cycle going. Kind of back to the main point, is, you know, living at home, like, it's kind of stigmatized and seen as embarrassing if you don't move out of the house at 18 when all you did was go to high school and now have no financials to like support that lifestyle. But the image in your mind is you must live alone. You must have your own car, your own furnishings for that home, the TV, the air fryer, the washer, the fridge, your own phone, your own bubble, and the brand of success that you want to project. That has to be your own. You can't have a shared identity or image. You have to be an individual, which I see as the problem. We are not individuals. We are just another tree in the forest. And we need all these other trees here to help us, because trying to face on all these frontal winds will get you blown over. It'll knock your tops off and slowly kill you. You need a support system and net for you to be able to withstand these blows. And this individualism is to the benefit of basically one group of people. The capital holders, the companies that market all these personal items to you, the ruling class, the oligarchs, like whatever you want to call it. I hate to just point the finger and be like, it's them, it's their fault that you're not happy, which isn't usually productive. But I want to try and get to some solutions, at least two. But first, you have to name the problem. And the problem is individualism caused by consumerism and ultra consumption, like overconsumption, is going to be the death of us. We know this. It will slowly eat away at all our resources, material like wood, water, electricity, sure, but also like mental, physical, spiritual, the amount of times I've been called just an idealistic young kid by someone who's seen the world. I just haven't been beaten down enough yet. What? That's so sad. Like, why do you just want to be like, yep, in my 20s, I had goals too, but now look at me. I'm a homeowner, got myself a Camaro, got a boat. Yeah, that's it. I did it. Like, I mean, yeah, those are all cool things. Those are fine and dandy. But like, when you make your personality these images, these brands, these badges, you don't actually have a personality. You have a car, you have a boat, you have a house. Those are all things. Those aren't you. Those are objects. Those are value, like, proposals that have been deemed worthy of success. I don't think that's it. I think success is in a community, in a safety net, and people you love and that love you. And, you know, in the eyes of capital, everyone needs their own brand. So, first, you have to identify what your measure of success is. You have to create your own benchmarks and your own goals and your own ideas. Yeah, they can be influenced by people. Of course, they're going to be influenced by other people and your upbringing and like your surroundings. That's life. Like, of course, most of your friends came from proximity. Like, you have to run into them somehow, and like, coming from a similar life experience and background makes it possible to understand each other. Like, you need a common point usually to create a bond of some sort. And I guess part of this is, you know, living alone should be just as normal. Well, I guess alone, you know, single family, should be just as normal as living with a couple roommates or your family, because you want to live with them. You enjoy their company, not because you're so fucking broke that there's not a single other option. Like, there would be a lot less like tension if I was just able to come out here and, you know, cut wood, and that was literally that simple. But there's always the, oh, are you still applying to jobs? You know, oh, when are you moving? In or out? Like, not like in a bad or negative way, but there's just the expectation that I am leaving. This is like, oh, I came back because I'm broke. Like, that's it. Like, why couldn't it be I came back because I enjoy hanging out with my family? Yeah. Hanging out with my family. I was watching the Golden Girls with my grandparents, and look how much fun that group has together. 3 best friends and an older person, you know, a mother. Like, multiple generations, all living under the same roof, and, you know, they have a great time. Like, that show, I've never actually really watched it, so I don't know too much about it, but they seem like they're having the best time of their life together. Keyword, together. And then while I was watching that, I saw a Chase Bank ad come on, and it was this guy waking up saying, lights on, to his smart speaker in his home, and it wasn't working. Pissed him off. And then he gets into his car to go to the coffee shop, and it's a Waymo, so no human interaction. And then he gets to the coffee shop, it's a robot barista making his coffee, so no human interaction. And then the resolution is that he goes to the bank, and there's a real person there to communicate with him and create some kind of bond. Like, we are so desperate for community, we're gonna try and find it in our banker. Like, our multinational billion-dollar company is where we're gonna find a community. Yeah, okay, buddy. Not saying you shouldn't be friendly with your local teller. Like, you should still greet them. I mean, they got a fucking placard there that says their name. You could say, "Hey Joe, how's it going?" And, you know, you go there even just once a month. They have your account information. They know your name. It only takes a couple interactions to, you know, have a rapport at least. Like, it doesn't have to be your best friend every time, but you can still be friends. You can still have a net everywhere you go. Like, it doesn't have to be just your inner circle and no one else. And so, I mean, I'll give props to them for pointing out this very real need. Chase, they're pointing out the real need of people needing interaction and humans. We are humans and we need each other. Revolutionary thought, I know. But I will not concede the point that they're just doing it to prey on your financials. Goddamn capitalists. They know everyone is desperate for some kind of connection. But, you know, how can we facilitate it more beyond just money? How do we create the opportunity for the serendipity? How do we create the opportunity for these young saplings to grow up so strong and densely together that they look like a shrub and are going to be the next forest? Well, I mean, one, not stop speaking analogy, is get geriatric people out of office. Like, I just saw a video of Trump speaking in 2016 versus now, and at least bro was semi-coherent in 2016. I mean, there's still just shit spewing out of his mouth, but like, at least it was like a semi-convincing argument of the world's broken, I can fix it because I don't need to take funding from all these shady black box Citizens United-esque companies. And, you know, I guess context. Citizens United is the legal precedent that people can spend as much money, or PACs, like super PACs of people, can spend as much money on political parties and candidates as they want without really reporting it, or having to report it, basically. We need state-sponsored elections so that people who don't have access to capital and I can participate in their local government, state government. Like, it should not just be billionaires who are lying through their teeth saying that they're rich and are self-funded and so that they're uncorruptible who make it to office. Like, yes, he pointed out very real flaws in the system, but bro is the flaw in the system. Oh, and the main point, listen to Trump talk now, bro sounds like he needs to be in a nursing home. He is just almost unintelligible. Like, I thought he was already speaking shit 10 years ago. Listening to him talk now, I thought he was my grandpa's nursing home roommate. Like, holy shit. But side story over. Once we have some fresh ideas and some actual, like, vitality and skin in the game to grow, maybe we'll come up with some new ideas, some actual innovation, some actual, like, you know, the thing that capitalism claims to promote, innovation. But when there's so good of a defense already by the incumbents, it's impossible to break through the Great Wall of China or Ba Sing Se, the Wall of Ba Sing Se, when you're unprepared or underfunded. Like, we need to facilitate real community support and groups, because even when I was in this woods, when I started the video, I said I had to leave because the bugs were getting me so bad. We're just the little bugs as well, you know, not very strong alone. Like, I can swat away one or two this whole time, and I mean, they piss me off. But like, if 50 came on me right now, yeah, I'd be out of here. I'd be running. And that's what we gotta do. We gotta be 50 strong, 500 strong, 5 million strong, because we have those kind of numbers. But we're just under-organized, miscommunicated, and divided as individuals, consumers. But let's move past the consumption model of worth, that, you know, how much value you have as a person is equal to how much value you earn from your job, and can then flaunt as all these branded items as badges of honor. Let's make it cool to be part of clubs and organizations and volunteer again. And, you know, let's create the infrastructure that facilitates these kind of things, like the bus and public transit. You know, if you're sitting there for 20 minutes, like, not everyone wants to be on their phone. People are desperate for this connection. Like, I've done it several times. You just turn over, you start talking to someone with the one-piece shirt on, y'all geek out for 10 minutes because you have a shared common interest. It's that easy. Like, you don't have to just doom scroll everywhere you go. Like, if you're scared of being bored, like, I get that. I also crave doing something all the time. But like, the perfectly curated algorithm, your little echo chamber, is not going to teach you anything. Or anything new, really. It's going to reinforce what you know and show you what you already like. Talking to real people, you might actually learn something. And also, I got down, talk to your grocery store worker that you've seen 100 times. Like, that's your local store. You're going to be back. Like, they don't need to know your name. That's not the point. They can call you fucking buddy, or just address you like, hey, how's it going today? And there's actually like a genuine smile from each other back and forth. And an answer deeper than, fine, good. You'll be like, oh yeah, I'm getting ingredients for this and that today. And they'll be like, ooh, that sounds pretty good. Have a good one. Let me know how it is next time you're back. Like, that sounds pretty fun. Like, getting to go tell the grocery store worker what I'm actually doing with this shit. I mean, maybe not that interesting, but like, probably more interesting than them. Beep, beep, beep. Thank you for shopping. Have a good one. Like, I don't know. And, you know, you can join clubs. Like, those are dying out. Like, we know that, like, Lions clubs and Owls clubs, whatever the fuck, Rotary clubs, are declining in membership and basically disappearing all over the place. They need some young people to join them. Great, that's us. Or start your own club with your already existing friends, because you guys probably already have a shared hobby or interest or something. Like, techno club, fucking awesome. You know, just a reason to get out there, dance, listen to music, and like, you don't need to know everyone even beyond that, like, shared interest. You can just be like, yeah, we love techno. Let's get out there and party together. Like, it doesn't have to be fucking climate activism every time. Like, you can just have fun too. But you need that community to then put, like, you need a community, or like the ability to be a part of a community to create this bigger change that I am trying to like talk about. So, you know, reach out to old friends, text them how they're doing, make some plans and actually keep them. Have a weekly tradition. You know, on Tuesdays, go watch a movie. Not just on Fridays, we get piss hammered. I mean, that's sick, that's cool. acting a fool with my friends is how we've made a lot of our memories and like stories. But it doesn't have to be just that. It doesn't have to be just drugs and substances. It can be so much more. And, you know, you can live with these friends because you want to, not because it's in a city where you'll never afford a home. And I guess my example is living in the dorms freshman year. Most enjoyable experience I've ever had. Like, very little responsibilities, you know, as in terms of maintenance, cleaning, you know, shit like that. But all the freedoms that could be allowed, basically, and then some, if you're sneaky about it. And being just a walk across the hall from my best friends is why it was so enjoyable. We were there for a common reason, a shared reason, you know, to learn, to better ourselves, to grow as people. But I mean, that you just kind of go to college nowadays because it's like what you're expected to do. So like a lot of people are just there because, I don't know, that's what you do. But like that actually facilitates the opportunity to grow and make new friends and become a better version of yourself. Yeah, and like it makes it easy to have these shared interests and become friends, you know, like similar ages, background, like we're all digital natives, believe in climate change. Yeah, that's just a starting point, you know, like they become your best friends because of the continued interaction, the continued commitment you make to each other and follow through that you have with each other. But what clubs or communities are there for people post school? Work? Like, yeah, we're just basically enrolled in this club of school, and yeah, you can choose to do more or less in each school. And that's the beauty of it. Like, we're just creating the opportunity for you, and then you can take what you want from it. And I see that as the goal of community. I mean, yeah, clubs exist, but like I said earlier, they're disappearing every day. They're declining in membership and basically just burning out or fizzling out. So, you know, that kind of shared social glue and obligation is corroding, which is the problem as I see it. If you don't know your neighbors, why should you care about them? Why should you feel that you owe them anything? I mean, that's a very like individualistic mindset, but I mean, they're your neighbors. They are part of your like shared safe space, and they at least deserve to be acknowledged and seen and respected. You know, basic human decency, more or less. So, you know, extend that decency, be friendly, and expand that social net. But not everyone has to be the core of that net or the support system, the main supports holding up that net. Like, it takes a village kind of thing. And, you know, tech can absolutely be the medium to plan, organize, communicate all these events. But it can't be the only space where they happen. They can happen there, sure, yeah. But if someone's so like disenfranchised that their closest meaningful connection is some random like from a fantasy football league that they've never once met in person, if that's who they're venting their issues to, like, I see that as the problem. Like, people should have friends, family, partners who that they can vent to and like take the weight off their shoulders in front of, and have an actual human response back that's immediate, empathetic, and is a literal shoulder to cry on sometimes, or just a hug, like just a human connection. You cannot have some of those things over the internet. It's a tool, it's fun, but it's not everything. I guess so. My kind of wrap up to this is text that old friend, go interact with the local neighbors and community, meet new friends. Public spaces, they still exist. We got libraries, parks, farmers markets, coffee shops. Like, there are some free places where you can still exist and meet others and build that community. And most clubs are free. The cool ones are. Unless, some do take dues because, they then put that back into the community. And if you all collectively pay into this pot, you're able to have more bargaining power and help the community more. Like, I get that. Sure, cool. But if it's just dues to be like spread across like the C-suite and managers and bureaucracy, essentially, that's some bullshit. And yes, this will take effort and time, but that's life. You can choose to build yourself a perfectly little constructed echo chamber, or you can build the community you want to engage with and be a part of, and like walk through every day, one that you're proud to say you're from and part of. And in this world of friends and neighbors, you can have people contradict you and debate you in good faith because they're genuinely trying to reach a point in the middle where you guys can have some kind of consensus and move forward and continue to grow. Because more often than not, you're both kind of right and kind of wrong. And it takes that good faith contradiction and debate to get somewhere. And I guess something I thought about right as I finished writing this up was, your chamber only echoes because it's empty. Meaning, you've built a life so secluded, so devoid of actual meaning and people and beauty, that it does echo back to you. You hear your own voice over and over and over because there is no one else to debate you and talk with you and just be human with. So go out there and meet some people.